Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back to Neocene. I'm sorry, I apologize about little delay here. I need to fix this small delays and start exactly at the right time as I used to do. But anyways, we are here for the so much awaited feature, which is that in the case of the expressions of the 3D character, this 3D original character of mine, Aisha, so we have here the facial expressions, eyes, mouth, whatever is on the face, or maybe something in the ear. There are probably some details that I forgot, but essentially the characters is able to have plenty of different expressions. I would consider myself still some sort of noob in the field of facial rigging in 3D characters, right? Because even though I have worked this a lot, I haven't animated enough facial expressions in 3D, nor do I have rigged too many different styles and characters. Mostly I've been rigging my own stuff over and over again with some, and I haven't tested all sorts of methods, techniques like probably professionals would do, right? So unfortunately I don't bring this luggage of experiences from the game into the industry, right? Not the game industry, well, all the industry. Jadipad, welcome. How you doing, bro? So here, let's get the soundtrack. So this was the most waited moment, maybe. For me, I waited this moment a lot, and I think now the rig is finally ready for some serious attempt. We will probably be facing some limitations, certainly, but we will still manage to have some good expressions. Like I'm using, as you saw perhaps on the thumbnail, I have this collection. This is a tiny collection of these characters here, especially this one from Hazbin Hotel. It's some 2D cartoon show, probably some indie project, right? And I find the style lovely, right? It's really good, and for some reason it has some things that remembers a lot what I draw on my own 2D style, but this is more like Americanish cartoon oriented, or maybe some BD. Anyways, this is a mix of styles. Certainly it's and I think it's very expressive, and it inspires even my own style, so I think I can even. So okay, so I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to get those figures here. Probably I should, first of all, I also need to know this Pinterest is really annoying, because I want just to navigate on my own stuff, and like whenever I click something, we just, like, you see, I lose the, yeah, I'm not anymore in my list of favorites, so it's like very brutal how this thing works. So I think this is noobish stuff. Anyways, and the funniest part of Pinterest certainly is the recommendation algorithm. It's really garbage. It doesn't really know what the artist is looking for. Even after years using it, just doesn't recognize very well. So garbage thing. But it's a good portal. I think it's like good for collection, but there are so many few tweaks that need to be done. Anyway, so I think what I'll do is just a control left mouse button click here, so you get here and can go back to the main one, right? So let's see, what is this? Probably some recommendation. Okay, so hey, it doesn't matter, just So let's start with this one. Yeah, so then you see the image is too small, then what is this? Okay, that is good. All right, so I will need to get this expression here. Let's place it about here. Charlie. So this Charlie is the name of the character. I just tried to watch one episode of the show. It's like the theme, I don't know if it's particular. I don't really get the humor. I think it's another generations. But anyways, the artists are really good. I think it's really good for inspiration. So let's get here and see what we can achieve from this stuff. So right now I think I'll be bad to be using this line art, so I'm going to dismiss it. Right, you see, you need to the camera, so it lags the thing. So I'm just gonna hide this stuff. It was just some cool trick. So here I'm going to first of all make an increment, Control Alt S, I think. Yes, so this is the incremental. Let's start. So how many expressions I will do? Well, I will try to get all this, but probably I won't be able to do this in a single session. But if it's funny enough to be doing that, and it is not this a complete disaster, because maybe some expressions here are just too much, 2D-ish, and too hard to reproduce. Also because my rig is not good enough. It might certainly not be good enough, but we nonetheless will go for it. We'll see how far can we reach certain expressions, and I'm not gonna do for the mouth. It's the whole face. Yeah, it's the whole face. Maybe not certain features which are a bit hard, but yeah, we're gonna. So I think I need to bring this like here, something like here. Yes. Then Blender, maybe I need to make here. How can we control this? Oh, there's another way. There's another way. Sorry, folks. I'm using this for the chat, right? So what I'm going to do is, let's get some. I barely see what is here. Let's get something. Well, this, maybe this. So let's get the. Okay, I want to be able to see the chat. I think it will appear there. Yeah. I'm struggling with this YouTube stuff here. Yeah, hope the chat will appear there on the bottom. Yeah, so I don't miss anything. So I have more space here to work with. Let's get now to that thing again. Sorry folks, I have to make these preparations. So I'm gonna place this on the top. This is welcome to Windows 11, where you don't have any control of the windows. Alright, so this is not working. Can't I collapse these things? Yeah, maybe I can separate this with, and then I'm gonna bring this here. Oh no, let's leave it here. Alright, then this I can augment, but I'm gonna reduce our folks. I've never done this particular referencing thing here. Another thing, I could just copy paste, but then really copy paste goes. No, I think I need to be, let's say, no object to paste. Alright, then what about well, let's try here. I think it didn't work. Let's try again. Um, trying again. Maybe it's locked from... It says it is here, but it doesn't... Let's try with another picture, maybe that will work. Really anything. No, nothing. Blender doesn't seem to be willing to get some image here, so approximate. Alright, so I just need the... Why this? I just need the head, the face, right? Yeah, this is super... Okay, folks, I'm about to get this. Okay, let's get this and do the snap to here. And I want to control this yet. This is terrible. Alright, folks, let's try this. Okay, I'll leave it here. I think this will... Sorry, folks, just struggling too much with this. Let's go back now. And because these will be pose assets, right? The hair will be a little annoying here in the front. So can I do anything about it? The hair? Let's try some... Yeah, maybe this helps. So we have some... This will be a bit better to pose the face. So because I'm making actions here, pose assets are actually actions apparently. So I'm going to be creating these pose assets. I've seen some tutorials. You can create them from here, directly from the action editor. This is not the action editor. It is instead here. Alright, so we can swap them if we want, but I think apparently this one is better for controlling this stuff. Otherwise we can be stuck in the way these things move. I cannot explain this, so let's start. We want this expression, right? And oh, it is... Now there's a problem with the... There's a limitation with the... I want to be looking... Okay, so this is something about this app here I have. Maybe I need to configure it to all configurations, so it has some sort of there's here this opacity thing, so it sort of have... I want to unactivate that. So I think there will be an apply thing, but I don't see it. No, that seems to be it, but I wonder if that work. Well, what's happening here? It went all crazy. Sorry, folks. This now it's got full opacity. Okay, this is totally what this thing seems to be bugged. Maybe this is because of the... Yeah, I gotta do this again. So opacity and very bizarre. It's doing exactly the... Oh, I see. I need to just alright, sorry folks. Just gonna deactivate the option. Here we go. So apparently I've lost the I've lost the okay, let's rejoin here. Yeah, so I'm despite how annoying this is, yeah, I've got it. So no, I didn't got it. Let's go back. There's just one button that I need to lock that again. So no, this is not this. It is the another shortcut. Sometimes confused with. Yeah, you see, you need an app in Windows to just do that. All right, let's go back. Now we got it. So this expression, I will probably like to have this. Let's save here, right? I'm gonna save here because this will be better. So what the animators do, they first I'm gonna keyframe everything here. So insert keyframe. Yeah. Let's go back to the beginning. So because this is not animation, I don't need can just have up to here, and we can go very close here. I think doesn't, this will be weird. No, we need at least to have, no, it can work, but this is confusing, so just leave like that. So I want to be posing here, yeah, on the keyframe 0, and I want to add some, well, okay, let's push this to the side. So she's looking to the side. The body I won't really bother about it. So she's looking to the side. Let's do something, not so much actually. Face like that, right? Then the jaw here, maybe we can already, I don't know if the jaw would be centralized or no, but here, because the face, the mouth is more close to the left side, I'm gonna move the jaw to the right side, I mean to this side. Then let's bring this, and yeah, it is this one, but maybe here I can use the shape key to do a wider mouth. Start like that. This will also be relevant. We see already got some start to get some issues there, but then we can, maybe I can reduce this little. See, there's some artifacts. Maybe I need to be on the other mode shading. This will be better to visualize what's going on. So we have this. Okay, so this will be a sad shape, so I'm gonna, not a sad, yeah, I have this, so GZ, this shape key, more of this moving to the side. We see that some part of the lip is losing. Oh, we can do that, all right. Then maybe I need to pull this up, so the curvature here matters, and here we try to maybe bring this down. The whole mouth is like upward, so I'm gonna try to move this up, the whole thing. So this is the universal sonic mouth rate, but still we are suffering a little, so maybe I need to bring this here. This one, let's try to reset a little. I think I've moved something a little bad here. I don't know what it is. Let's reset this. Maybe it is this one. Let's move it to the more to this side. Yes, this will be better. So yeah, it seems to be it's a bit time consuming, right? Because we eventually, and then for animation, really I don't know how much, because then if we get all this work just to fix some little issues there, this is a bad sign, because in the interpolation things will probably break. So this is something to be another level of rigging that this would take despite all the effort. So a good reason to migrate to Grease Pencil, which I'm planning to start some legendary approach on Grease Pencil. Okay, so let's see. Let's do this more wide. We got some crazy shapes here. Maybe this one we don't need to. What is happening about this? Maybe it's this one. Okay, it's something about the... Oh, I see, I know what it is. It's because this mesh has no shrink wrap. So yeah, this is... I've already seen that this is super hard, so the shape key here is too dangerous. And maybe this... I'm starting to lose the reference. Oh, it has helped. Okay. Here the bottom lip, we could try to make some rotation here. This move up. This move up a little more, but more to the side. Maybe more like that if we can. This is the top lip. This is the... this is a bottom... Okay, this is a bottom left. This is the center, so you see that the mouth there. There's some a little more volume here. We can rotate. I have this set up for that. And here, about here, I need to see what can be done about... I pull this forward. No, this doesn't seem to help. Oh, I can, maybe I can try to control this. Yeah, so there's this wrinkle here. I think I cannot achieve this on my rig. Currently, this will need special feature that which I don't know what would be. Well, this could be the equivalent, right, to this but what's happening here is really terrible. So let's see the shape key. Maybe it's some combination because of the SAD. Yeah, it could be the shape key of the SAD, because the shape key of the SAD and the Y, they weren't deltaed. There's no delta, so I can't... So it's maybe it's normal. It's because it was not fixed. I don't have a corrective shape, delta shape key to solve that. So that's why I should try to do this with only two. So can I GZ0? No, I need to... Yeah, so let's reset this and just do the wide, but the SAD, yeah, maybe just a little, but not too much. So now with this, if I... Well, let's keep this together. Maybe more wide. No. Maybe reset this and this. Oh, this was the wrong to reset. Lip corner top. Okay, they are here. What are you doing there? Lip bot. Okay, so I got these ones. Maybe I can... Okay, so this will do the SAD thing. This is the... I need to make them... Oh, this is the center. This is the... This is the middle one. This is the left... No. Okay, so these balls are a bit confusing. Let's just change their colors, right? So the top ones... So the corner ones, I think they are okay. But the top one, so this is top. let's get a mirror thing. So shift Control Shift M and extend. And which is the other top one? I think it will be this one. Yeah, so these are the top ones. I can do this for the... No, let's leave the ellipse corner like that. So I'm just gonna pick here. We're gonna hide this. Gonna change. So this is the current color. Let's get something like maybe this one. Okay, so these are top. These are corner, and then we got the bottom ones. We're gonna just get something like maybe this color here, darker one. Yeah, I'm afraid it won't be... Oh, I got it mistake. This is the bottom one. Yeah, this is too dark, so it doesn't help. So I'm gonna just get this the same colors as the corners. And yeah, actually the corner could get this right. Okay, so this is lip top, this is lip bot, this is correct. This is lip top, just need to change here. And then the sizes of course, but this can arrange another condition. This is lip bot, this is incorrect color. I picked the opposites. So this needs to move down, but at least it's not inverted, right? It's the right side, that's correct. I need probably to push this. Oh yeah, so for some reason it is getting some strong dispute with some this is the left side. So where is the opposite? Control Shift M. Oh, there it is here. What are you doing in that place, right? So let's get back the reference. So as you can see, this is extremely hard. So I worked very hard to do this rig to achieve. This looks like this looks like zipper lip, sticky lips feature, but no, not. So this is very frustrating. And anyways, so that means that no matter what I've done with the melt rig, right, my adaptation of the universal sonic melt rig for achieving the correct character design, there's always things that maybe I need to pull this even more to this side. Let's... You know what, maybe I should reset everything. No, except the... Yeah, because when I think of this being animated, I just think, no thanks. Because we could just make a quick test to see, right? So that means that we'll have to be very careful about every exaggeration, because this could cause wreak havoc in the rig, right? So this is very bad, right? So let's reset this again. Strange swapping there. Anyways, we started good, but we already but we already didn't took too much to see the problems, right, of the rig. Yeah, many of these problems, of course, I was already expecting, but I wasn't expecting that at this point it will be that bad. So maybe I'm suffering also because of the warp artifact. Let's look at that. I can just do, yeah, let's just turn this off. Maybe this is the cause that I'm having. So maybe that's not a good idea to use the preserve volume. So because the mesh may be rotating too much, Let's restart the pose, except for the head, right? Alright, so, and see, maybe you can get better results here. Okay, so let's just keep like that. Then I know already that the mouth needs to go up, so maybe the whole jaw. This doesn't seem to be. Why it is not affecting the jaw? Something is missing. Well, this is not totally necessary. It looks like some bone have lost the... It's possible that some bone has lost the property that was... I just want to fix that. Okay, this thing is not moving. Oh, there's a... Apparently there's some vertex there. It might be some wave painting thing. Yeah, this is annoying. Let's see. Looks like this bone has lost the chin. There are some strange waves here also. Yeah, then this was broken anyways. The brushes in Blender 4.3.0, the brushes were broken for wave painting. We don't have the add subtract thing anymore. This is a huge flip right in the system, right? It needs to be solved. So here, if I do this to this, I probably have to bring this bone layer to the ghost muzzle, but because I don't want to waste time doing this whole transfer, because I can't transfer a single vertex group, because apparently Blender don't want to do that. It's too hard to transfer a single vertex group. Then let's just vertex data, let's just change the face ghost here. I'm just gonna wave paint it manually, like here. No, not I want to pick the jaw left 0, 1. No, the jaw left 0, 2. Alright, so I'm gonna just see, just try to mimic what I had done, so that should be sufficient. So maybe there would be other stuff that would need to be carrying that jaw, but now it has worked. So probably some rogue wave, some accidentally disrupted. So okay, let's go back to the animation posing stuff, which is more interesting. I have seen that problem in the jaw, but I thought it would be something more complicated to fix, so I didn't even bothered. But now we saw that it was indeed some. Okay, so maybe in the end it was the. No, they still have some problems. This bone is already very far, not that far. So here let's try again to expand the shape key a little more, and here this. Okay, maybe I'll have to handle the lips. So tweak lips, let's go here. Why they didn't follow? No, they. Wait, folks. This still doesn't have the proper color. Okay, this is the bot. This is the top. Let's fix here. Alright, let's save now finally. Alright, so this is the lip top. Okay, this is the corner, so we're gonna drop this. We're gonna make a little sad expression here with the shape key. We can rotate here, try to rotate, maybe bring this up. Yeah, separate the top from the. Alright, this is good. This is the bottom, so let's look back here. We want to bring everything up. Now I have the jaw that should work. No, it's not working. Wait. Why not working? Are you not supposed to bring this? It's like they lost their parenting. Like when I move it, they don't follow, which is when I rotate, they move, right? This is correct, but not too much, but that's because of the. Also, let's change here this limit stuff, right? We don't want any limits for now. We'll move this up. We are, it's already. We are going to move the whole mouth up. This is the. When I open this chat, it doesn't leave me alone. Like, how can I turn this off now? Yeah, it's. Yeah, there's a different method. Maybe this will be better. Let's see. If anyone's there, if can say something in the chat, please. I'll verify it appears here or here. Alright, folks, let's go back here. So, still we're getting some progress, I think. So this is happening because just because this bone doesn't snap to the. So this could be a mistake of mine in this rig. Well, it does shrink wrap, but it's a different form of shrink wrap. Outside surface. No, they are shrink wrap, aren't they? Yes, they are shrink wrapped. It's just an illusion, folks. They are floating, but these are just the widgets, the custom shapes. So here what I need to do is, these ones, of course, they are not, they are floating, but I can push them into the mouth, so into the muzzle, yeah. And then this can become a little complicated. So here this is the bottom one, okay. So maybe this bottom lip, let's rotate it down, this we push up. This is the lip bot, yeah, so where's the other? Okay, this one seems to be very important here. Maybe I can here push this to the front. Let's try to rotate it a little. I don't need the jaws here. There's the idea of scaling, right? Scaling the control bones so we can have some sort of reorganization of the mesh that is sometimes useful. This is the bottom, alright. So you see that the expression here is not super working. The shape key was... This is where that combined shape key would totally do the difference. Okay, so where is the top here? I really need these lips bones to be bigger. So the widgets... Let's get them. Rigging. Bone widgets. Let's get to edit, for example. Okay, I'm gonna go back on some mode here. I have the action, I think. Okay, this one so this is expression 01, or as Blender Classic 001. Maybe we make as many as 9991s. Alright, so this is okay. I want to go back to the, let's reset here. I need to, it'll be easier to pick them from here. So like, let's make these things bigger. So edit. I have some problem here. Okay, so sometimes we can get some problem with this with add-ons, right? So yeah, so I don't know, maybe there's something about the Blender 4.3. yeah, so alright, so okay, I know a better way here. So if the bone widget doesn't give this automation, we can make it betterly by just getting here the vanilla way. So add-ons are great until they don't work for whatever reason. So we need to know the vanilla thing. So I'm gonna go to these scales and just scale everything up to hold Alt. Some bones don't seem to have resulted in good scaling, so let's just re-symmetrize this. And I probably can also... Oh, these are inverted, right? So this can create a lot of confusion. So let's get this one here, and this one let's get here. Also, let's change their sizes. So this can be like... Okay, something like that. Just checking. Okay, all these are the top ones, and we can do something cool here. Let's give these ones a stronger wire. Maybe even more. 3. Yeah, so, and these ones, why not? Just to reinforce their importance. 3. Okay, so here I think I have no... This seems to be too big, right? So 2.5. Oh, forgot these ones. 2.5. Alright. With this new setup, we are going back to the action. We are ready. It will become a pose asset soon, so this is probably just for safety in case Blender crashes or it disappears accidentally. Yeah, it's better. So this is the bot. This is yeah, this is this part here. Where is the expression? Alright, so we need to probably try to push this, pull this more to the side even. We cannot, so I'm gonna try to use the shape key a little more. But it just doesn't. So this is the top. I probably need to play with this a little, but it's just too drastical. So what we get is really there's a wrinkle here which is very hard. Let's clear the rotations. Let's clear this space. So yeah. So the bone that I'm missing, of course, is the top. This one. So I need to reset its rotation. Let's try to bring it forward, maybe. Maybe this can also be... I see. So maybe we can bring... Why this is always getting inverted? Looks like this is completely bugged. I've done this 3 times. Lip top. Lip bot. Okay, so bring this, reset scale, reset, and also their sides, they didn't seem to have respected the custom shape stuff that I've made. Alright, I hope now we can know. Also, am I using the subdivision? No, I'm not using the subdivision. That can help. But it can lag a lot. So, but at least we have good vision. So here there's the problem. and I would like to I need a selection sets here, so let's get this face and place it there. So here on this I just want this, and by selecting this we just bring all this stuff. I don't want to be looking at this madness stuff. Okay, then we got here, and also not these relationship lines. Let's get this into a, I think there's something like here on the pose mode, bone settings, no, show flip cutters, constraints, inversion, no, motion paths, no, animation, no, where is the selection sets? It's installed by default, I think. So let's just facial expressions, assign bones. So let's say we unhide everything, then pose, bone settings, show flip cutters, constraint, inverse parent, bone collections, no, motion paths, oh, it's select, of course. Bone selection says Shift Alt W. How I will ever remember this? So selection sets S set Shift T, maybe. Shift T doesn't do nothing, so okay, let's do this selection sets, assign shortcut Shift T. There we go. This is the way to go, folks. So here the struggling with the expression. Let's this bone is not necessary, so bring this closer here. If we make this sad, we need to try to pull this closer, but there's a limit to this. We just can't. It's not. No. This, yeah, it's strange if seen from certain angles. Yeah. So my conclusion so far is that maybe the rig that I've done here, or that I still would be working on if I wanted to reach a real good rig for 3D animation, then like the rig I've done, maybe it's good to make poses, but not for 3D making 3D animation, because the interpolation, there's no reason to deny that the interpolation would easily cause some issues here and there is just very would be sometimes impossible to handle, sometimes just tedious. So I need to address the patterns which would be causing this kind of stuff. So it could be that excessive shape keys that I've made, there's also, let's try to reduce the shape keys just a little, reset the shape keys entirely. Let's just do this and see if we can do something about it. Reset this. Alright, where's the top? Oh, this is top, right? So yeah, so some bone positionings also were very bad, right? Which for sure were responsible. So why this bone needs to be posed in that way to to have, yeah, because I'm twisting the mouth, right, for better. So this is like they cross, they do whatever thing that is crazy. Okay, so by having a little more organized under positioning of the bones, looks like we are able to get something a bit more organized here without terrible results. Here we need to pull this more. So here we probably want to be rotating here, maybe just these ones. And yeah, so now it's this lip, I need to pull them down. Okay, this seems to be, oh, the reference, folks, sorry about that. Let's see, that I need to be addressing a lot of stuff all the time. So okay, so this mount we bring here, need to push this a little more. That looks good. Let's try to do the same here with some limitations. Yeah, then here we got some where's the oh yes, this needs to be closer to the lips corner. Okay, so there is a pattern in order to have better deforms. So now we can really stretch it. Strange rotation that I need to do in order to achieve. And this we need to move this up. That is not this, move more close to that, rotate in the other direction. Let's see, this one move down and try to move forward. Very hard to achieve the curvature of the reference. Without having any artifacts. So what is this mesh happening there? Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, because I need the space here. So let's see what we can do. I'm curious now about the other thing. Is that this low-quaternion skinning would do any good? Or would that be responsible for some... It seems to change a lot of the results. Yeah, it seems to... Maybe that what was making in the beginning very, very hard. So we can't use it for safety now. I didn't know it could have so tremendous impact. Maybe the different posing would be better in the end, but I don't have means to know now. But it just seems that besides them and the shape keys, it was just nearly impossible to have. And there I have some intersection of the lips, which I don't know what is causing, right? It's just... something about the top lips mesh that the lip is completely getting disrupted with the skin there. Yeah, it's some part of the mesh of the top lip that is very critically ill. Could be the shape, yeah, probably a shape key thing. So if I reduce this, yeah, so it moved a lot, so maybe it will be the case, right? But if I don't do that, it's just too hard to get the exaggerated pose. Yeah, so this is sort of nightmarish, I must admit. Sorry folks, that is like I know that the reason I'm having so much hard time is because of the character design, right, that I'm using, that the adaptations are really hard to do with the Universal Sonic Now rig. And so for a moment I had many moments of satisfaction, and I've learned a lot through that. Maybe you have learned something too. So it's really, there might be things that I just am missing, like, let's see, there's one thing that will certainly sluggish my project a lot, so I cannot, it will be a luxury for my rig, but it might be, it could handle some, plausibly some positive results, which would be to, the Universal Sonic Mount rig use a double combo of shrink wrap and of subdivision surface. So it's subdivision shrink wrap, subdivision shrink wrap. So basically the model, of course the face of the muzzle is a separate than the rest of the body, and even to the rest of the head of the character. So you see, this single amount of subdivision will sluggish my project a lot. That by shrink wrapping, okay, subdivide, shrink wrap, subdivide and shrink wrap. I did this wrong, here we go. So this would do a it gives that, okay. No, it's not that, it's twice shrink wrap. Well, this is the repetition, right? Let's see if posing is bearable. So this will be a way to reapproximate even more the face to the ghost muzzle behind. Yeah, you see, I can barely pose my, even on this, but it can make the, it can indeed make the, hold on, if I address some wiggle bones, animation, wiggle, physics, turn on, turn off wiggle physics. Yeah, you see, I barely can pose, and so I could try to make a rig in which I separate the muzzle from the rest of the character, but it will be, it's like, it creates other problems, not necessarily problems, yeah, problems on the workflow, right? And then there's always be this thing in my computer, at least, right? I just can't pose the character, right? This is so I had to, so this is why I just don't use the combo, and it's not like it will solve the problems, but indeed it can reduce some of the artifacts. Let's see, at least if, so unfortunately, yeah, I love the idea of having procedural stuff made. So see how the procedural stuff hanging, right? But at the same time, if those things are lagging my project, no thanks, I don't think that is any good. Actually, I would think that is garbage. So because I'm an animator, right? So why animating is already hard on its own, so why I need a lot of focus, like anything, right? So if you have to focus with this lagginess, it is just like hell. One can get used to it, yes, used to hell. It is doable, of course, but it is like very, very annoying, constantly annoying, right? And so I don't have wiggle bones, so I cannot test physics, then I cannot, so maybe, well, could turn off the, and it's not like if I had the subdivisions. Let's just try one. Okay, I turned off one subdivision, so maybe if I kept one subdivision and double shrink wrap, because this idea of not doing the full combo, maybe this is actually a good idea. I have not really thought about this. Right now I'm not seeing the result, but this could be like, of course, for rendering, having the two subdivisions, even if it's faster for posing, then rendering will be the next nightmare next door. Like, and I don't even want to think about that. So alright, but we're making expressions here, so I'm just going to ignore all that, right? And we'll try to continue here even without the this is faster because I've turned off the wiggle add-on, wiggle 2 add-on for the bones, for the physics, and also I'm on the viewport shading, solid viewport shading, and also I turned off the subdivision surface modifier, so you're working very crudely here and still trying to get some valid expression. Yeah, so the level of frustrations from this small experience, right, already is telling me that my rig is just not sufficient to so that means basically that either I make up my mind, I find them, because you see the constraints I was talking about, right? The subdivision thing, rendering or posing, or yes, because even if I can pose, okay, then we re-edit the. I've already tried to make some animation rendering subdivision. Took forever. Like subdivision of other objects, mesh objects that were not even complicated mesh objects, but there's subdivision surface everywhere, and the amount of delay that caused for rendering was unbearable. Rendering simple animation, right? So that is garbage, folks. I work for. I have my working philosophy, artistic working philosophy for projects, but especially maybe the 3D realm is like lightweight stuff. Because, well, I don't have the best computers, and I think, yeah, when you can, okay, that's good, but if you can't, or if it just take, why suffer? No, it's, of course I understand if someone wants to make those very heavy results which are good, which are very demanding, maybe from rendering, maybe, yeah, cycles, you name it, right? Or some simulations that might be very heavy, procedural stuff that might be very heavy, whatever things that is very heavy. But my stuff is based on usually light stuff, so I prefer to work on low poly, lightweight coloring and stylized shading, rendering, and I can go even more radical into those things, and just to have better. Yeah, so here, yes, I see that I just can't do the posing. I can get some approximation, right? But it's just not good enough, right? The subtleties of the 2D character design are just too much for my rig here. So sometimes some simpler expressions, they seem to be favorable. Oh yeah, it looks like I can achieve something like that, similar to that, yeah, but just similar, a little similar, some patterns, but not with the enough precision, right? So very far from that. So then this is not good, right? It's just not sufficient. And yeah, so I think here I'm wasting time with the mouth posing. I already conclude that if I can't make this expression, just, or I can, but with unbearable amount of testings, right? So at least try if the, let's at least try if the eyes rig can do something a little closer. I think the eyes will be a little simpler. Let's get the, for this case, and maybe not even the eyes, right, folks? Because the eyelashes here are just very different, and there's something in the eyes rig that I haven't concluded in this character. Oh, there's the eyebrows, right? So let's see what we can achieve here. Fortunately, folks, yeah, there's some automations of the many tweaks that I hadn't achieved for the Yeah, so I need some sort of rotation here. The eyes are completely looking to the side and up. Maybe not up, but one. It's very near the corner. The head, well, the head lost its rotation, something like that. Let's remake the head here. No, let's remake the some expressions here. Why it is selecting the head? Nonsensical. Yeah, why it is the head is not here? Like, I think the head is here. Ah, yeah. Blender is, this is a bug, folks. Let's record this. Special error star here. So folks, here total bug, Blender 4.3.0. maybe it existed before. You see that I have a head bone here. This is a widget. The bone is here on. When I select with the C here, this circle, I think, you see that I click here and it selects the head, right? Just because this circle doesn't recognize that the bone is here, the widget. It thinks the widget is here, but note more than that. It doesn't try to select. No, it does. Okay, so it doesn't need any other selected bone in order to, as I thought. So it just needs, yeah, it just needs to. So this tool is bugged because it shouldn't, because the box select doesn't do that, right? It's just this one. Makes no sense because I'm on the widget mode, let's say, right? Shapes. So it thinks the bone is here. Alright folks, let's go back. So I have this let's try to go back because I've lost the. Okay, I can't go back, so okay, we're gonna redo, but okay, we didn't undo much stuff, so that's fine. Let's reach for our expression again. Then, alright, here we're gonna try to first rotate the main bones things. Yeah, gonna make something like that. Then here we something like here, right? Yeah, this moves up here. Okay, we can try to do the no, I'm not gonna mirror here. I'm gonna just do like that. Then here, where is the? No, this is the bottom. Why I cannot control this? Yeah, we have some problem with this. Oh, this is the eyebrow, this is not the eyelash, so never mind. Is that this part of the eyebrow is just too protuberant, so let's reduce it. This one, this can be placed like here maybe. Let's push this to the side here, something like here, why not? Sorry folks. Here let's try to I'm missing some sorry. Oh, they are here. They are stacking. Okay, so in this case I don't have the proper automation. This needed some retakes, because in order to pull the mesh here down of the forehead, I need to, these bones have just too little influence. So it's like I need to do something like that. I had to have this kind of expression. So this is something I was to correct, right? But we can, yes, we can approximate the... Why I've lost this? Oh, I'm not keyframing. Ah, maybe I will be losing everything then all the time. Okay, let's keyframe now. Yeah, so here is, I need some retakes on the wave paint of the art, maybe even on its control points. But it's fine, we can get some interesting expression, right folks? It's just that I need to push this even more, right? So this is not, it works, but it's not optimal. This is garbage, right? It needs to fix that setup. There's strange intersections there. And here the something about the mesh of the eyebrow just gets a bit crazy, which I'm not sure what it is. We don't have those wrinkles, so this is something that perhaps I need to... Yeah, I need some bone here for... If I were to continue on these 3D expressions, right? I need some... It would be nice, I forgot totally. I thought that these bones would do the trick, but no, they don't. They don't push enough that sort of mesh, right? I have more ways to control this though, let's see. I'm missing one bone here, I don't see it. I think it's this one. Yeah. I have some problem here with the eyelids. Eyelids mesh in this corner. Looks like oh, here, I can't control it, maybe I need to... Yeah, so here's a little artifact that I'll have to address. Looks like I'm lacking control on the deformed bones of the eyelids on this part. This wasn't like that, something happened that Maybe I've wave painted something wrongly at some point. Now, you see, no bones seem to really control that mesh very well. This here, so this is not it shouldn't be like that. It should be easier to have control over that. And here for this we can just try to shouldn't be posing those bones, they are automated through this, but I having some strange intersections there below that even by pulling this forward I'm not able to reduce. There we go, maybe by doing this, but these bones should be able to do this. Okay, so you got some. I have hard time also on my control rig to, because things that get so offset are getting so offset that I don't see what I see. Yeah, I see the bone, I see you, and so you see how this thing goes crazy. So I seem I'm losing the control over this the eyebrow. This should be much simpler. Okay, let's fix this one. This one is the same idea, right? So yeah, so the eye is rigged, like there are some retakes, but I know what more or less what needs to be done, right? So it's different than the mouth rig. The mouth rig is like, I just don't know, it's like a lost cause. The eyes are very cool, actually. I would say it's, yeah, there's some things that could be are a bit wrongly made, but we have a lot of the expression for this. You see, we can sort of match some the essence, right, without having too much artifacts, right? The character design is very different, right? So I cannot get cannot copy, right? But yeah, because it is, the rig is working sort of, I can really make the an adaptational expression, like without caring too much. Well, this is what the character can do to mimic the expression, right? So she doesn't need to respond to every bit. It is the expression adapts quite well. I can get the, with some of course terrible things here, which shouldn't be too difficult to fix now that we see them, but for the mouth rig it's just it's overwhelming. It's just too much. I think it's not. So I spent so much time. So I think the Universal Sonic mouth rig, maybe even other mouth rigs that could be different approach, better, I don't know, worse. I think the, how to say, maybe in Blender Blender just don't have the ability. Maybe I don't have the ability, the knowledge, the understanding that requires, but maybe Blender is not there yet. Like maybe some other 3D software would solve these problems in a much more natural way, right? And there's already the idea that the shape keys in Blender are more limited in relation to Maya blend shapes, And this can be a big difference in certain cases, because if we can get the shape keys curvature done, maybe the delta thing is something, I don't know, maybe there's a shape key system that don't need to handle deltas. And all those things, they do a lot of difference if they are able to be if those problems do not exist in other software, right, for rigging or for 3D animation. There's this idea also on making, how to say, shape keys or morphs, or shaping the mesh in the middle of the animation, so the animator is like becomes the rigger. So this is what this is new mindset, right? Much more advanced mindset, because the whole it wraps around all how they say, unwraps differently the problems. Like we have this tendency to thinking in that things in 3D are very directive, like it's unidirectional. So you have to fix the model, then you fix like the mesh geometry, the mesh topology, then you need to fix then the rig, then you need to fix blah blah everything, the shit, and then you can't go back. You can't go back to the root, because going back to the roots means that it will retroactively or re-affect everything, right? This is the logic of what we do usually, right? And these problems, they are critical, right? So we don't have the versatility, right? To get a mistake in the beginning of the production, it's okay, but if you get a mistake, if you want to change something later on, it fucks everything up, right? It destroys everything that was made previously. And so any other different method, approach that can be combined onto what already exists without breaking what already exists, right? This is different. This is smart, folks. This is not smart, because so if you get some sort of input that overlaps but doesn't mixes, right, and it's not destructive retroactively, then and can be further combined with other things. I don't know, maybe there's some better. I'm thinking about shape keys, but could be. There is, for example, there is one add-on that I don't know how it is working now. I've never used for special, because it's very complicated. But yeah, I know someone that is trying to learn it for rigging and 3D animation. So it's the rig on the fly. So maybe there's a good proposition on that direction. Hello, Cox. Welcome. Do you think that a part of knowing how to rig it is also important to know how to wave paint? Good question. Very interesting. So there are wave painting can be very nightmarish. So let's say that this is my expression. Let's hold on. Let me just. It's not too bad, right? So, but it's not great, right? It's not mimicking very much, but it's sort of funny. Let's get the. Hold on, I'll just go to the question very soon. I just need to see what you have here with the line art here. So you see, that's not terrible. Well, actually, let's get. But it doesn't do what I really wanted, right? Which would be to have neat expression here about those wrinkles. I think this can be achieved. Maybe if I had a better bones for that. Even it is on the mouth corner, so the grease pencil can help sometimes, but maybe a little more mesh geometry or specially done wave painting or extra bones or to provide. So so this is sort of let's okay, so I'm gonna close this because unfortunately I'm not gonna do this, not in this current state of the rig. I already learned to doing just one pose that the rig is not good enough, and it won't be good enough until I really uncover, if I ever uncover. Line art is really nice, right? Though this like creates a different yeah, the shading here is a bit problematic, right? But so let's ignore that. So let's go back to the question. So one thing about the so there is a method. Unfortunately, the guy that made the tutorial deleted it. There is a method which you can do armature deform rigs, the deform rigs, right? Without without wave painting a single time. So this method involves, I don't use this method because I don't really trust the wave paint, automatic waves operation, right? I didn't start at learning with that. I always found it artificial and hard to conceive how it can. Dumuzi, welcome back. How you doing, bro? You can create the wrinkle and folds using a grease paint factor. Oh yeah. Great idea, bro. Actually, I was thinking about it. I've just watched Grease Pencil there's a scenario scene. Yes, this one. So I've just watched this tutorial a few days ago. This is a part that I've marked timestamped here. So this is the use of grease. It's a time lapse, right? So the artist here is using the grease pencil like not like a rig, but conceptually is this same idea, right? The artist, I found this great because I draw, right? I think you draw too. So basically this is drawn on surface. Those can even be animated if you want, they can be driven, but here is just right very basic stuff. So basically we're drawing on surface, like it's crazy. Okay, that you got. So but I didn't, so I already started to think about the idea of doing that, but okay, this is not the example you've mentioned, right? The example here is much more interesting, right? So using that principle, then we use the rigging principle of drivers. We can really place those things. Yeah, we can drive those. The problem in this particular case, no, I think it won't be a problem, because the mesh of the muzzle, oops, hold on, the mesh of the muzzle is indeed here. So if we just can get the, yeah, if we can have the geometry in the good position, or then like here for example we can make the wrinkles appear here as line art. So probably extra line art, that would be some grease pencil that will appear locally. I don't know how to do that, but that seems to be plausible. Maybe with some keyframe, I don't know, some grease pencil layer that will just have the wrinkles there, and then it needs some line art. Oh yeah, focusing layer, right? Yes. But for request, if you have to export the mesh animation, yes. Could you create the wrinkles and folds using a grease pencil factored by a driver? So then would you download a Minecraft model just to examine how it closes its eyes? I'm really trying to learn how did they achieve that. The Thomas Minecraft model. Well, if it is free, I think it's possible, but not in the live stream. However, the let's say you can add me on Discord here. Hold on. So later we can address that. I think there is the hyphen epistemic-gnomes. If not, there is no hyphen, but I think there is. Anyways, so this in the case of a Minecraft, it was probably achieved with the texture UV, right? Texture technique, unless it's not exportable outside of Blender. I don't know that, but yeah, it must essentially, is it a mesh, is the eye a mesh stuff, or is it some texture stuff? So this is important because there are many ways to rig the eye. So for example, these eyes are 3D surface, but they are using the UV warp modifier. Alright, let's see more stuff. You could create the okay, the wrinkles, okay, factored by a drive. Yes, yes, move the UV of the eyes, simple as that. Yeah, I think this is the idea of the. It isn't just close the eyes, please just take a look. Yes, I look, but you need to add me on Discord and wait after I finish. I'll take a look. So there are many ways to achieve, right? Even I have never done the 2D texture technique, that one that Dumuz is talking about, of the UVs that change position. There are many tutorials covering that. I still find it's a bit complicated because I never done it myself, but it's like you go into shaders. You can map from the shaders, or you can map from the UV editor. I think you can control the. Yes, you could even control it UV warp modifier actually, but I think this is not the good technique. I don't remember right now, but anyways, yes, there is. It relates to the changing the UVs. You need to change the UVs as a block, like the image texture you bring on has multiple eyes and multiple mouths, and they are all squared in a certain area which is equivalent. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe, right? You see, so they are all blocked stuff. Regular calculation of the pixels, so you just have to make the UV warp move half the way left, half the way. Of course there's an area, and the area is defined by not the size of the image texture, but by the size of the I don't know, it's some way to do this in the right, and then you just swap this area, right, and then you can catch, you just swap the, it's just like the UV viewer is traveling on top of the whole image, which has a lot of different eyes, right. This is the most basic 2D texture technique in Blender, even though basic doesn't mean it's simple to achieve. It's slightly complicated, but I mean, it's very technically is very straightforward, right? Oh, I gave a look on it. Oh, thanks. It is a rigged mesh, not a texture manipulation. Interesting. Thanks for taking care of that. The ID Discord is, oh, it isn't. I'm checking if the name I've put there is all correct. Okay, let's, well, I have here the, my name seems to be exactly this, or maybe they changed something. Well, no, I have noted it. It should work, so I don't know what's happening there. Anyways, I haven't received any invitation. Well, if you don't mind, place your Discord there in the chat. I'll try to contact you. So, anyways, the Muzi has mentioned there it has checked, so look at his message there. It's a rigged mesh, so it's another method, so I cannot tell now what would it be. Alright, so, but I really like how this line art is working, but this will need some fixes, right? But really combines well with the character design. Something that I've just started to re-explore here, and even for the mouth rig it gives some interesting combination, right folks? So here, let's say that, oh yeah, by the way, so we got this, let's make this what is this? Forehead, this bone is from here. Alright, so we need here to, okay, I get the active camera, let's get this one, rotate here. Let's bring this to be the pose asset here, folks. So let's make this as create pose asset, and that creates. I think I made a mistake here. Hold on. Let's. I'm not in the time. Nah, need to be here, right? Okay, see, no keyframes there, it's just this one. So let's get here, create pose asset, and so now this is so this one just take off this pose here. No, this is not the, there's the expression 001, right? So this, I don't know what are those things, I don't care. So let's get back here and make this a pose asset. Now it is a pose asset. I'm gonna call this expression 001. It doesn't exist, so expression Aisha expression 001. There we go. And where are the data about that? So if it is true that a pose asset Brim 0 Quarks, okay, I'll try to add. Yeah, but it is also is too smooth. I have also studied how did they achieve that. Okay, so it might be a very peculiar. It's ice rig, right? Just ice rig. Does it use modifier? Cox, the mesh is subdivided. That is why it is smooth. Anything else is just a bunch of drivers constraints and all of the rigging magic. Yeah, so there is some setup there that might be a bit more complicated, right? Hidden by a script. Yeah, so essentially, yeah, I'll take a look and see what it does. Unless Dumuzi have some cracks there, but this is just the art of the Grisman. That's so. If the pose asset thing that I've read about it is correct, we can now edit pose assets, or we always could, I don't know, through these posings here. So let's make a quick test here. Let's it's an asset, right? So we can reset the pose. Let's bring here the where's the okay, we got the expression here. Let's go on to the action itself, and let's change. Let's make some change that will be okay, yeah, maybe something that is easy to visualize. Okay, maybe this one. I've changed the keyframe here. Oh, I didn't save. Alright, so insert keyframes. Alright. Then get out of the here and recall. Ah, and now it didn't actually recorded it. So it's fake news. Dang, that's unfair. I wanted to make mine so bad, but based on that rig. Well, maybe you can still achieve a similar rig with the same features, just not the same method exactly. So that's hidden script. I don't know how the museum found it, but basically there are many ways in Blender to do the same thing, the same result with different approach. So there's likely ways to achieve that in different approach, but that would require some investigation. So far, maximum I can tell you, I will take a look. I'm gonna try to reverse engineer. Yeah, so this is like a possible idea. But I think that the best thing to do in this case is like, yeah, if you can reverse engineer that, that's okay, but okay, I'm not done, I see. So what the best approach either is to get the add-on and see how that works, or just to really see what the rig actually is doing, and then see if there are other ways to achieve the same ideas, the similar results. So this will be the, there probably are, but as I mentioned, that will need to be investigated. So I can take a look and see if there's another way, because there are a lot of people that are just fascinated by certain characters. I've seen recently in a forum like Blender Artist Forum, there's some I won't call them idiots, but I know what the feeling is like you get sometimes we get fascinated by some project, right, of usually professional ones, and then oh, I want to do like them, right? Okay, right, copying is good, but then it's like a kid thing. The person gets so fascinated by a very peculiar technique or solution that in thesis the rig Gnome is using could achieve the same result. Yeah, so you have seen, so that's, I mean, I looked, I'm using UV warp modifier here for the eyes. It's basically, I'll just show how this works here. It's the, I have the eyes, so basically gonna, can I just, so this rigs of the eye works like this. I have, first I have an eye mesh object which is on the left. I have an eye mesh object that's on the right. They were originally a mirror, then I applied the mirror and then made them different. Then there is also a ghost object here which shares the same shape of the both eyes and then combines the mesh in the middle. So it also has a mirror modifier. Here you don't see the center because the character is posed, but so it's a ghost mesh of the eyes, both eyes combined. So it still uses the mirror modifier, but it doesn't, yeah, it could be applied too, but no, let's leave it procedurally because that also works. So two eyes, they, each one of them hold a UV warp modifier. And this is a bit tricky to set up, so this brings the shader editor, the UV editor. This is, don't ask me how to do this. So, but I have a tutorial. There are some tutorials about this if you want. So, UV warp modifier. So it's this one. UV warp. So basically, you need bones here. You need to this is it's a big one of those big bone constraints, and the eyes don't move. They just well, they have a full waves here following the head bone. Yeah, so this is, they could be bone parented too instead of armature deformed parented. But doesn't matter. So they, I don't know even why I did this new approach here, but anyways, the important thing for the eyes is this thing, for this technique, and then this method, and then the UV editor is here. Yeah, no, not here. So basically, no, it's not here. See a face. Now I need to use the, no, this was done procedurally. It's not even, yeah, I'm just too rusty now to tell anything about relevant about this, but there are good tutorials on, a few good tutorials on UV warp modifier. And even I've made one. So if you think, but it cannot be exported outside of Blender, so be aware of that. I mean, I looked into everything about drivers, constraints. I looked at all, but I couldn't achieve the smoothness. And I looked all modifiers, and I tried to make it just the way. But so what kind of smoothness is this? Is this mesh smoothness, as Doomsy said about the? Or is it the smoothness of the posing of the eyes? Because yeah, this can happen sometimes as well. Let's hide this stuff. And also let's get back the line art. Let's some things here. This is just experimentally made, so it's not sufficient. This is really weird. Let's get the hair back. Alright folks, so I wasn't sure I'm not convinced about the pose asset thing, so let's try again. So I got into the pose asset, which is here. No, I got into the pose asset, which is here. I will change a bone dramatically. That seems that should have saved here. Should I? I don't know what is this. Maybe it doesn't auto-update. But we need to update it manually. Because even if I have this on, maybe it doesn't want to save into here. No matter what I do. So let's try to insert all these keyframes here. And maybe clear single as add again. Okay. No, so I'm gonna just turn it off, leave, reset, and recall. Aha! It has worked, right? So I've updated a pose asset, folks, so it is possible. Let's make a highlight here then. Is this tricky? I don't really know what happened, but that it failed before, so I'll just do how it worked, because I'm not sure. So here folks, quick highlight. I didn't know this was possible, but after watching a few more stuff on pose assets, I've learned that apparently it is possible. At least I'm using Blender 4.3.0. I think it's possible. It was possible before, but I've heard and I've experienced that it was not possible to like edit pose assets. So I have made, let's reset. Let's reset. Now you don't need the bones, no bone selected, to apply a pose asset. So here I have this expression here, which I was trying to mimic from some reference, 2D reference. But okay, so here I want to edit this pose asset for some reason. Not the pose asset itself. So turns out that the pose asset is an action that with one keyframe action that is located in the asset library. I think it was a guy called Mundo that made some big tutorial on 2D rigging of puppet character, like a cutout 2D digital animation, Piggy the Pig, and then I think I've learned from him that it was possible. Not entirely sure, but anyways, I recommend this. Very interesting, and also very good for not only for grease pencil stuff, right folks? So here I'm messing up the pose. Sorry folks, let's just get here. I want to change, for example, the mouth shape here for the espresso. Let's go to the action editor here. Indeed, let's bring back this, which is called expression. Here you see the book, so this is the pose asset, has the book icon. So what I'm going to do is see the keyframes, even though they don't look like the keyframes that the losangle ones, the squarey one, angular ones. So I don't know, I'm not sure exactly how this works, but it works. So I'm gonna repose here. I'm gonna use the auto keying because I think that should be sufficient for the. So I'm gonna make a radical change in the pose just so that we are sure that something was changed. Okay, let's try. Okay, let's also do a happy mouth with the shape key, or maybe not. No, yeah, let's do this. Okay, so I think this is a clear enough variation, so I will remember by. Right, so I'm going to, since it was saved, I believe it is somewhere. Yeah, it was somewhere. So I think this was saved. And I turn this off now. You say I cannot. Okay, anyway, so instead of doing anything here, I just will leave the action. And I will totally reset these bounds. And this is the same pose asset, so it doesn't have any other. And there you go, it was perfectly saved. So just be careful, but because sometimes we might fail in the auto keying or something, and then it doesn't record, it doesn't register the pose. But you can also insert, if you're not sure, just select all bones and insert the keyframe while in the right, so that also worked. But this with auto keying, that worked properly. So I just changed a pose asset, something that I thought was impossible is actually very, very possible and not super hyper complicated, folks. So enjoy the tip, hope that was helpful. Just like subscribe to my channel if possible, that will help me continuing this job here. Thanks, folks. See ya soon. Never mind, folks. This was just the highlight. I need to record this, otherwise, or just place a message when I record, so I don't have to say this all the time, right? Alright, so this was interesting. A reproof, right, of concept. And let's go back now to the I'm gonna save here. Is there anything else that I can do at this point? So it's kind of late already. So folks, I think that for today it was it. So we attempted to make some expressions from the, you know, the Pinterest collection here with this Charlie character, I think it's her name, and from Hazbin Hotel, and the melt expressions were a complete disaster. It is just too hard. My version of the Universal Sonic Melt rig, it can do a lot of expressions, but it is not at the level to mimic all sorts of 2D melt shapes. So if we just try to have something more controlled, like small stuff, we can achieve plenty of cool expressions. But for me, that I really enjoy the 2D school of stuff, I'm not satisfied. So maybe what I've done here can be useful still for some projects, but it's very frustrating that when we just can't easily achieve a lot of wild expressions smoothly. So this is why I'm totally willing to migrate to some partial, how do you say, partial, although those stuff here are very cool, right? Partial grease pencil rig. So I'm gonna rush this thing with the grease pencil. Now that I fixed this, I'll continue this project, but this is enough for the melt rigging that I would propose here. And so, for example, this was the mixed cartoony melt setup, final steps, 5D melting shapes, expression making, including face, eyes. So that was like what we did today. it was half miserable because it is just too hard to get Pixar-like. It's just too hard in 3D and in Blender, right? In a character design like that, right? So wonder why even the Blender Studio guys, they favored some character designs which are more roundish, right? Not bad character design, interesting, good cartoon 3D character designs, but yet not character designs that would have to handle so much challenge. I've even saw in one of the presentations of it says Zajic, one of the rigger of Blender Studio, or at least one of the main ones, he mentioned something that's very interesting to me, that even in his way his approach with geometry nodes to make the mouth shapes of Wingit, at least the dog character, he mentioned about the geometry of the character, of the muzzle of the lower face being angular, that angular shapes could really break the rig. Or so he just mentioned, oh, maybe for angular characters it might not work, it might cause some trouble, but I think it will be still feasible. Yeah, he mentioned something like that. So I have not yet attempted his method, could be a game changer actually, so this is in my list. Unfortunately, I installed the add-on that I asked people, but to no avail. I don't know if the extension, I don't know if it's something about GeoNodes. No, I think it's an extension. So GeoNodes. Oh, this is I haven't installed here. This is in the previous Blender. So sorry, folks, I cannot show it here. But GeoNodes shape keys, I think something like that. It has some. So I don't even understand how that works, but basically, I might have to go on Blender Studio's site. It's free. I would download, at least that what I want. Download the geometry setup he talks about, the Wingit setup, and then for the melt, right? Exactly. It's sort of a similar thing of the Universal Sonic Melt rig, but with geometry nodes. So with shape keys, so it might be a way to solve all these expressions and get rid of most of the armature deform stuff, and maybe that will be a game changer for me, even though not exportable. I don't care, I don't do, my projects currently are not for exporting, so it's to be another approach to this, and I still want to try how it relates regarding to the lips. So I'm not an expert in geometry nodes. Fortunately, we don't need to recreate the geometry node setup, maybe just adapt. And so I'll try to bring this in the future, along with the grease pencil melt thing, which is okay. So for today it was it, folks. Sorry I wasn't able to go further in this. This was enough to be. The mount rig that I've done is not good enough. I would need, I don't know, yeah. So I'm gonna migrate, and maybe occasionally I'll be looking at this, and maybe there's some breakthrough that I'm missing brutally, and that I would be able to get this thing like work clean. But for now, this is just hellish frustration. No matter how much achievements, good achievements I achieved in this, I was able to get from this experience, the fact that it's just too hard yet to achieve the copying result. Where is the lower arcade? I don't see the bone of the lower arcade, but maybe it doesn't exist anymore. Looks like it was. Yeah, there's the arcade top. Where's the arcade bot? I think it is. It might have fallen into a different bone layer, or was deleted by accident. Oh, there it is. So in this case, Bone Manager has a little tick. Yeah, so here it went with the eyelid. Yeah, so let's make a quick highlight of that. Can be. Yeah, I know it's totally uninteresting, but I don't use this. It can cause accidents. We can accidentally click it and move bones, but in this case, yeah, let's make the highlight. So, and then it's be the last thing that I'll do here. I want to do some tutorial about Bone Manager add-on when I have time, but for now, folks, look at this. I'm using Bone Manager add-on, right, which is free. So here, you see I have this bone, the top, and then there's the bottom arcade. Well, where it is, I think it is lost. Maybe I deleted the bone. It will be a bone just like this one, but I don't see it, so I've lost it. It probably went to some other collection, but so how to find it? Well, one way, let's say that I visualize all the collections here. Hold on, show all, and then let's see if I can see it now. Yes, it is here. Okay, but in which collection this bone is? So from, at least from the perspective of the Bone Manager add-on, yes, there is this filter thing, and then there is this collection assignment, which is these circles here, and you see that I have the active bone here, the Twig Arcade bot, and you see that it is indeed showing here. So that means that it is on that collection, and it is not on any other collection. So we can find it that it is here by selecting it and having this stuff, right? This is not what I meant. Okay, so you see the bone is here, so I can just, in this case, I've created this Alt-M shortcut to move, because apparently it's conflict, the M shortcut conflicts with the Bone Manager, so this M is to move, right? So I made Alt-M to specifically, so hold on folks, some mistake here. Okay, so sorry folks, here, so Alt-M to, let's bring this to the mouth, yeah. Another way to do this will be just clicking this thing with the active or the bones in the selection, like I picked those two, let's see if that's true. Control, let's move to the jaws. So apparently now neither of those two bones are, so the reason I don't use this too much, right, they are not here, but we can probably shift, yeah, so now they are both in mouth and jaw, both of them. And the proof of that is that if I well, it's not the okay, let's hide everything. I'm sure there was a button to, okay, so I have here, you see them two, and you see here we also see them too, so they are sharing. So the reason I don't use this stuff is that this filter on, because accidentally sometimes it happens that we just click and then the bones are moved, like you want just to look, and then so I don't like this, it's too easy to mess up. So, but it can be useful on other situations, folks. So this was the quick highlight on the, oops, I have some problems. So this melt rig was never finished. I would need way more things to do, but it can do a lot of things already. This is based on the Universal Sonic Melt rig, by the way, and also on Joey Carlino's Jaw simple melt rig. I tried to combine many things and adding my own features, but because the character design, I have an angular shape for the, and it is very, very hard to make this work, like to mimic completely 2D facial expressions. But we can do a lot of stuff with the, there's even some shape keys here. Okay, so anyways folks, that's it for the highlight. Hope that was useful. Alright folks, so I think time to leave to do something else in the weekend that starts. Hopefully it will be a good week for everyone here. So folks, thanks for watching. Cox, if you are there, you can still yeah, I'll try to add you then we on Discord, and then if you still have this issue, and then I'll take a look if still required. Maybe something can be done out of it. Thanks Dumuzi for the insights, and yeah, this idea of the grease pencil was really interesting, and I think that can work for many instances, right? Not only this one. It's just grease pencil, right? But just lines, but they are game changers, especially for these features that would be more 2D-ish like. And let's see if there's, yeah, so on the weekend I hope to be online. I'll not bring this project, right, Aisha's 3D rig, but I'm planning on pure grease pencil 2D artwork, and maybe if I am able to make some groundbreaking for me, because I've never seen anything that directed to what I'm really trying to do. So rigging stuff, right, on grease pencil. Now with yeah, mouth rigging with grease pencil. I want to substitute this mouth with a total grease pencil mouth, and I think it is, I'm very close to a solution now in Blender 4.3. Even with geometry nodes, this is different than the other thing that was the Zajic for Wingit mouth rig. So this is another approach yet, and I think it will be even better because, well, it's grease pencil, right? And okay, so but this project here, particular this, I shall continue for the body rig. So we're gonna, yeah, all this is done, right? We're gonna move for the body, and then for the cloth rigging, and then finally this, and then I think that is finished. This is also like gonna not bother, and that's it folks. So thanks for watching, see you next time, and take care and happy blending. Have a nice weekend folks, see you around.